Hi beady friends. So Christmas is coming and I thought, wow, let's get some little icicles made for our Christmas trees. Also, you can give them away as little gifts. These are the two that I made last night. And they are absolutely gorgeous. This isn't really giving it the sparkle that they are giving off. Look at this, beautiful. So cute. So it's a generic pattern, lots and lots of written patterns available out there. So I thought I'd do my version. Very, very simple. And this is just my take on it. And this is what they've ended up looking like. I think they're gorgeous. In these ones I have used 8OC beads for the centre that runs up the middle of the beads, middle of the icicle. I've then used 11OC beads that are Toho brand and 4mm fire polish bead for the nice embellishment in the centre there that gives a beautiful sparkle. And the same on this one, another 4mm bead. And it just makes it look gorgeous. Gorgeous, darling. As off Strictly Dancing says. And on the bottom there, just because it's Christmas, I've put a little snowflake on. So, what do we need then to make these today? And newbies, beginner beaders, you most definitely can make these. It's very, very easy. Right, what we need then today, I'm going to use 4mm bicones for the centre bead, for the embellishment bead. And I have my 11OC beads. Today I am using Toho and these are Salon, white Salon. And for my centre bead up the middle I have 8O crystal clear. They're just clear beads. And I think for my embellishment for the bottom, I'm going to have a little bell. I'm going to put a little bell on today. Ding, 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 ding. If you've got cats, you might not want to put a bell on. You might want to put a snowflake on. Or if you've got a nice bead, you can put a nice bead on the bottom. Just something like that. Or you can put a teardrop type bead on. Anything you like, a bigger bicone for the bottom, whatever bead you like. We're also going to need a pair of scissors to cut our Fireline. I am using 6 pound Fireline today in the crystal colour. I am using a size 10 beading needle, and also I like to use pliers, beading pliers, just to squash down the end of the thread, and that makes threading the needle a lot easier. So get your bits and pieces together and we'll make an icicle together. Okay, so you've got your bits and pieces together and you've got your Fireline. The length of Fireline you will need is an arm span and a half. So what I mean by an arm span is to spread your arms out and run your thread from one hand across your chest to the other hand and then half again, and then you'll have more than enough. I'd rather have too much than not enough. And my little tip, as always, is your jewellery pliers. Just squash the end down of your Fireline or whatever thread you are using, and that will then help go through your needle a lot easier, like that, and it's through. And you know, then you get to your what's in it, right? Now pull your thread down. We want to leave about a 6-inch tail that we can then weave back into our beadwork. So let me just sort myself out. So I've got a 6-inch tail, but this thread's a little bit close, so I need to pull that up, don't I? So my tail's further up. There we go. Right, to start off then, it's very, very easy. Beginners, you can do this too, is our 8 O's are going to be our core beads, what we're going to be calling our core beads. Then our 11 O's, and then our embellishments for in the middle. Okay, so we need 4 core beads on our needle. Okay, so we have 4 core beads. Bring those 4 core beads down our thread, leaving our tail. Okay, holding those core beads in a hand, so we don't, if you want to put stop bead on the end you can do, but I just like to hold them 4 core beads in my finger and thumb. Right, to start off then, our base of our icicle, we're going to pick up 1 11 0 seed bead, 1 4mm, whatever bead you decide. Now it can be a bicone, a round, you can use a rondelle. If you haven't got that, then use a 8 seed bead, maybe of a different colour or the same colour. Just use what you've got. You can get away with using an 8, so I would put on then 2 seed beads, an 8, and 2 seed beads. So that's what I would put on if I'd got 8 O's. Or if you've got some 15s, put an 11, a 15, an 8, a 15, and 11. Okay, so it can be done, but today I'm going to be using my bicones. So I have 1 seed bead, a 4mm bicone, and 1 seed bead. Okay, that's what I have on my needle. So come over to the 4 core beads. Your tail thread is coming out here. Put your needle through the 4 core beads from your tail thread end. Hold on to the core beads, and your beads to be attached to your core beads are here, and just pull your thread through nice and slowly, not too fast, and then that is what you shall have. Let me just zoom you in a little bit so you can see what's going on. Okay, so that's what you will have. So to grow our icicle then, we need to add a core bead. So there's our core bead. You can drop it down. Okay. Now the beads that we've just added, we need to keep to our left or our right, and you need to then proceed in that direction. Okay, so I like to keep my beads that I've just added over to the left hand side. Okay, so I've got my embellishment beads to the core to the left. I've just added a new core bead, and we're going to add, you guessed it, 1 seed bead, a 4mm bicone, and 1 seed bead. Okay, so that's what I now have on my needle. Easy peasy lemon squeezy. We just need to count down from the new core bead that we've just added. So we need another 3, so 4 core beads all together. So that's 1 2 3 4, so 1 left at the bottom. Count the 4, up we go, holding on to our beadwork with our thumb and finger, pulling the thread through, and we have another bit of our icicle. Remember what I said, pushing that over to the left. Okay, so you can see those two together, over to the left, add a core bead, drop that core bead down. Lost my thread. Pull the core bead down. Wow, I've got tangled up, guys. There we are. add one seed bead, one 4mm and one seed bead. So all we're going to do, keeping our embellishments over to the left, we're going to count down 4 core beads. So 1, 2, 3, 4, we should have 2 at the bottom left, and we come through those 4 core beads, holding on to them and pulling our thread through. Okay, so keeping a nice tension, hold on to your tail thread, and this is what you should have. See how it's starting to twist? Okay. So adding a core bead, seed bead, and barley bead, seed bead, counting back 4 core beads, 1, 2, 3, 4, going up through those 4 beads and pulling our thread through, always making sure. Can you see now how that's twisted? And we just want to do this another 2 times then now. So down with our core bead. Okay. One seed bead, one 4mm bicone or whatever bead you're using, and one seed bead, counting back 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, going up those 4 beads, and there's another one, and then just one more to do. Counting back our 4 beads. Have I put a... Guys, see, that happens even to me. Didn't put a core bead on. First of all, put your core bead on. There's my core bead. One seed bead, size 11, one 4mm, one seed bead, counting back 1, 2, 3, 4. And that is what you shall have. Okay, that lovely twist, and that is the base of our icicle. Okay, so we've done our 6. Now the next time we need to add our core bead. This is the next stage. So we've done 6. Now we're going to add, there's our core bead. Now we're going to add 2 seed beads, our embellishment bead and 2 seed beads, and we're going to count, always count 4 back, 1, 2, 3, 4, always 4, up those 4 core beads, pull our work through, and we're on the next leg. Now we do this adding the 2 seed beads and the embellishment bead 10 times. So what I like to do and what I tend to do is count those beads out. So I know I've just put 1 on, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So I put myself a pile of 10 beads, and when them pile have gone, I know I've done that section. So I'll show you again then. 2 seed beads, 1 embellishment bead, 2 seed beads, And I've done it again, guys. I've not added the core bead. I bet you were shouting, your core bead, your core bead. Right, so add the core bead. Okay, there's our core bead. Right, 2 seed beads, an embellishment bead and 2 seed beads. Counting back, always 4 of the cores, going through that core, pulling our work through. Okay, popping it over to the left. Now a quick way of doing this as well is, and this way you won't forget to put your core bead on, is pick your core bead up, 2 seed beads, your embellishment bead and 2 seed beads, drop all this down to your work. Sometimes as well, just be careful, your seed beads do like to pop in between your core beads, so if you do, just pop it out the way with your fingernail. Okay, so now we have on, let me just bring you in a little bit so you can see what I'm talking about. So I put all that down. So again, there's my embellishment beads, there's the core bead that I added along with it. So I just need to count down 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Go through and pull, and it's already there. Okay, pop it over to the left. So I'll show you again. Core bead, 2, 1, 2. Drop your beads down. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4. Down your core beads, pull your work through. Okay, and pop it over to the left. If you don't pop it over to the left, you're not going to get this going round, this twisting motion. You'll end up with it in between, and you'll just have blobs and it won't look nice at all. So always remember, once you put your embellishment on, pop it over to the left, and you'll always have your core open. See? And if it is that you made a mistake, don't worry about it. Just undo your beads, take your needle off your thread and pull your beads out. It's very, very simple. Okay, so put on 10 beads all together of your embellishment beads, having put them in a little pile. Put your 10 beads on, and then we'll be back for the next stage. Okay, so we've just done our 10 of our 2 seed beads together. Now we're going to do, get your 10 again aside, because it's going to be 10 again, but this time we're going to be picking up 3 seed beads. So 3 seed beads, 1 4mm bicone, and then another 3 seed beads. Oh, I've done it again. Oh dear. 1 core bead first, Jane. 1 core bead first. So core bead, 3, 1 and 3. Okay. Again, drop our beads down. Okay. Always remembering to put our last embellishment over to the left, or if you're left-handed, over to the right. 1, 2, 3, 4, going down our core beads. I keep getting touched my bells. Up, over to the right, and we're just going to over to the left, sorry, don't know my left and my right now, over to the left, and we're just going to carry on repeating that until we've used up all our 10 beads. So 3, 1, 1, 2, 3. And once you get into these guys, you'll be making a bunch of them to give the nice little holiday gifts, givers gifts, and every time your recipient gets it out for Christmas, they'll always think of you, and you can put that on the card. Keep me safe, and every year bring me out and remember me. I think it's a nice thing to do. So over to the left then, picking up our core beads. If you're not getting on with picking your core bead and all your beads up together, you could just revert back by just picking up a core bead, running it down, okay, and then going on to picking up your other beads. So it's 3 C beads, 1 4mm, and 3 C beads. Okay. Oopsie. 1, 2, 3, 4. Going down your 4, making sure that any C beads that try to pop in between your work, you don't allow them. Just pop them out the way of your fingernail. Okay. Over to the left. Do that again. 1, 2, 3. Pick up crystal. 1, 2, 3. Bring my work down through the last 4 core beads. Okay. All done. Job's a good one. Over to the left. Okay, guys. So I'm going to pause the video here. You carry on, and I will meet you after you've put those 10 on. Okay, so we've done that 10. So next we are going to be putting 4 seed beads on 6 times. So put our beads over here, 2, 4, 5, 6. Okay, so our next set is going to be 6 times. So I've put my 6 beads there, so I know where I am. And I'm going to be using, you've guessed it, 4 seed beads. So there goes my core bead. 1, 2, 3, 4 seed beads. 1 of my 4mm bicone beads and 4 seed beads. I drop them seed beads down. Okay. Get into my core beads. 1, 2, 3, 4. Up my core beads, making sure that seed beads don't pop in the middle. Bring my work through. And over to the left. Can you see how pretty this is? And you can really make these as big as you want, so you could start off like down here, we've done 1 and then 2, but always keep to the 6 marking down at the bottom, or 5. I'm just confusing you now, so I'll stop. But you can grow this. Like this time we're doing 6. If you want a longer seed bead, then do your 10 again. Longer seed bead. If you want a longer icicle, sorry, I've not had my coffee. If you want a longer icicle, then this next section do 10 again. But I only want small ones, so I'm going to do 6. So I'll put my first one on we go then. 1, 2, 3, 4 seed beads, a 4mm bicone, and 1, 2, wow, 2, 3, 4. Wow, then can you go where the opticians, guys, get some new glasses. Okay, dropping the beadwork down then, and I can't even speak now. I'm going to have to go and get myself a coffee, aren't I? And through those 4 beads, and pulling my work through. and over to the left. Now, what I was talking about earlier about making sure that you put your beadwork over, now that it's grown a bit, I'll be able to show you. Now, if you forget and then put your next one here, you can see how this is growing round and growing up, going right in the spiral. If I was to put one here, it'd be out, wouldn't it? Because you can see that they go up one bead at a time. If I put one here in between, you'd see how definitely out of place it would look. And hopefully you would rectify it before you go too far. Because if you finish it and then see the mistakes you've made, it's yeah, you'll be getting a bit angry. But these are quite quick projects to make. I made those two last evening whilst watching TV. So yeah, once you get into it, you'll be making lots of them. So let's keep going then. 1 core bead, 4 seed beads, our bicone. Pearls look really quite nice as well. I've seen some done with pearls, so a nice pearl would look good. 2, 3, 4. Okay, dropping those beads down to our work, counting back our 4. Wow. I do need a coffee, guys, don't I? Our 4 core beads and over to the left. Right, I've got another 3 to put on. I'm going to pause the video now, make myself a cup of coffee and add those 3 beads, and then we'll join back for the next section. Okay, see you in a minute. I need my coffee. So we've just done our 4 then, and I've got my coffee now, guys, so we're all alright. So the next round then is another set of 6. So we've got our 6 beads there. So we pick up our core bead, and this time you're right, you've guessed it, it's 5 seed beads. Okay, our 4mm and another 5 seed beads. 3, 4, 5. Drop them down to our work. Going through 4 cores. Okay, pulling our beads down. Popping over to the left, and we start again. So 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Drop our beads down. 4 core beads. You know this now, don't you? Yeah, of course you do. Okay. Over to the side. Okay, I'm going to pause the video again and put on the next 4, and then we'll move on to the next stage. Righty-ho, we're on to the last bit then now, guys. We've just done our last 6 with our 5 seed beads. Right, what we're going to do now then is make this puffy bit at the top. So we're not going to add any more core beads. We're just going to make this puffy bit, as I call it, puffy bit at the top. Right, okay then. So we add 5 seed beads. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Picked up 6 there. A 4mm bicone and another 5 seed beads. Okay, and what we're actually going to be doing now is going through the same 4 core beads as our last spiral. So going through those 4 core beads. Okay, and we're going to do that another 4 times, so 5 times all in all. So right, now we need to make the hangy bit that goes on the top. Really easy to do. So we need to pick up then 20 seed beads. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Lovely. So we've got, oh, pull my strings up. So we've got 20 seed beads, and it looks like that, okay? So I'm just going to find one of these loops that we put on, and I'm just going to go through a seed bead. Let me just bring you in so you can see a little bit. Right, can you see? So I'm just picking on this spiral here, and I'm just going through the seed bead that is closest to the core. Okay, just going to pull that work through, and I have a loop, but I'm not going to trust that as it being that, so I'm going to go through all my beads again. So starting from the bottom, making sure you pull your work nice and snug, carrying on through the seed beads. Okay. It's very hard when you're trying to keep in frame as well. Just going to widen you out a little bit so you can see better. There you go. So down here then, and through that seed bead again at the bottom. Okay. And I'm going to repeat that one last time. So it's like making your clasps on your jewellery. I always like to go through the clasp 3 times, and I know that that's more or less secure. Okay, so coming out at the bead at the bottom then. Right, now we need to work our way through and come out. When you can use the tail if you want to. You can tie this off now through your beadwork, but I am going to go down my core beads, getting down as far as I can, popping out here, making sure I don't get attached on no threads, going back through the core beads, don't come out of them. Through the core beads. Wow, be patient guys, that's it. Going down as many as you can, coming out. Don't skip any, cause your work, you will be able to tell, because it'll pull. Okay, 3 core beads all the way down. See if we can do this in one go. I don't think I'm going to be able to, but we'll see. Almost. Coming out here. What's going on? Got myself wrapped around the thing, so sorting my thread, that's better. Just got these last few to go through now, and I'm at the bottom. Like I say, you can tie your thread off doing half hitch knots through your beadwork, but mine all the way through. Okay, so we're down at the bottom by our other tail thread. We just widen it out a little bit more. That's it. Okay, so I will pause here and wait for you to catch up and join me, unless you're already there, but I'll pause and catch you in a second. Okay then, so you've got your thread all the way through the bottom, or you've tied it off and you're going to use your tail thread. Right, so you need to decide what you're going to put on the bottom then. I am going to put a little bell on. You could put a snowflake on, charm on. You could put another bead on, a nice little drop bead on, or you could even just leave it as it is. And if you leave it as it is, all you need to do is put a C bead on the end, and then miss out the C bead and go back up your work and tie your thread off. You don't have to put anything on if you don't want to, but I am going to have this little bell on. So I'm going to put 2 C beads, go through the base of the bell and pick up another 2 C beads, drop that down, and let's have a look, see what it looks like. Is that long enough? Yes, I think that'll ding ding ding, nice. So I'm going to go up my C bead, off my core beads, I'm going to go up 5 of them. Okay, I'm going to go up 5 core beads. Okay, and then come through one of, let me bring you in a bit, one of the spirals. Okay, so I'm coming down one of the spirals. Can you see that? There's my needle. I'm coming through one of the spirals. So I've gone up 5 core beads and then coming down one of the spirals. Okay, and then I'm going to go down the core bead, down the 2 C beads, go through the bell at the bottom, and then up the 2 C beads and up the 5 core beads, okay, down the spiral beads again, into the core beads at the bottom, again through the 2 C beads, through the bell. I always like to do a minimum of 3 reinforcements up the 2 seed beads and going up through some of the core beads coming out of a core. Okay, then we're going to tie some half-hitch knots. So to tie a half-hitch knot, then we come out of that core bead. We're just going to position the beads, get them all out the way so you can get in with your needle. And we're going to pick up a thread or 2 from the core, like that, with our needle. Pull our needle through, pull a little loop, put our needle through the loop and pull our thread. Okay, so that's 1, and we need to do this a few times, don't we, to ensure our work isn't going to come undone. So I've just passed my needle through a few more core beads, go through some threads in the centre of our core bead, an alpha core, go through the loop, pulling the loop nice and slow and tight, and that will soon disappear into the core once we've passed our needle through and our thread. Give it a little pull. I'm going to do a last one then. Picking up our core thread, popping it through, and then just going through a few beads and cutting our thread off. So give it a nice pull, cut, and that's 1 out the way. Oh, that's dead cute. So just need to do that now with our tail thread. Just need to add, just go and pop you out a little bit, yawn wide, wide, wide. Okay, so we need to squash the end of our thread. Some pliers, squash, squash, squash. On it goes. Okay. Working our way back then. Don't know how that's managed to get through there. Oh well, we'll go with it. We'll go up some beads, our core beads, and just the same as we were doing, we just need to tie off some half-hitch knots, and that will secure our tail thread. Just go up a couple. Let me bring you in just to make sure that you can see what I'm doing. Okay, gone up a couple of beads. Pick up a thread, make a loop, go through our loop, pull it tight and go through a couple of beads wherever the needle comes out. Okay, pull it through, pick up a thread or 2, pull it through, go up a few beads, and I think that'll do us. I'll do one more since I'm here. And there we go. Pull our needle through. I'm going to back off now That's it. Where's my scissors gone? Pull it tight, cut off. And there, ladies and gents, we have our new icicle. Jingle bells, jingle all the way. Oh, what fun it is to ride on a one-horse open sleigh. Hey, hey, we'll all be doing that soon, singing our Christmas carols. There we are then. There's my icicle for Christmas. Got a few more ideas to do with wire, I think. Might do a bit with wire, we'll see. I've got lots of tutorials in mind, but I thought for Christmas coming, get ahead. These make great little sentimental gifts for friends, and then when they bring it out every year and put it on their tree, they'll always think of you. And don't forget, you can do them in different colours. So happy beading then, guys. This is for you. See you on the next video. Bye for now. Oh, and if you could give me a thumbs up. Oh, please. Let's see those thumbs. Thumbs, 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 thumbs. And share the video. That would help me an awful lot. So if you could like and share the video and subscribe if you want to, I'd be happy to have you along my crazy journey. Thanks, guys. Thanks for watching. Catch you on the next one then. Bye. Bye.